Hello guys and welcome, it is Dude, or that SLB2 Dude, and Splatoon 3 Sizzle season has dropped. You know, it's been super fun so far. You've got lots of new weapons, new maps, new everything. But there's one particular weapon that I want to talk about that has a lot of different qualities. It's one of the new weapons, the S-Blaster 92, and I wanted to teach you guys a bunch of different things that you can do with it, things that you should do with it and things you shouldn't do with it, just so you can probably have a better experience instead of just like going in there blind. So let's get into it and let me teach you some things. Right, so the S-Blaster has a lot of different qualities for it that you need to understand. So first of all, it's long fire range when you're just generally standing on the ground, which they've shown us is basically rapid blaster fire range. The jumping, which you'll be able to easily tell as soon as you jump, where the crosshair just goes very, very huge. This is something that you've never seen on any other weapon. It's basically regular custom blaster range, or custom blaster. I'm so used to saying custom blaster because I use it all the time, but yeah, regular blaster range when you're jumping like this, right? So you got rapid and you got regular range like that. Cool. The next thing you need to know is that even though that it has rapid blaster range, it is entirely a one-shot kill for both modes. So it doesn't exactly matter if you jump or shoot. It will always be a one-shot if you hit directly. The most amount of damage that you would do for an indirect is around 70 damage. And for one strange reason, I find it's always easier to do that 70 damage if it's going up to a higher platform, or I believe if like the blast breaks right in front of the player. If the blast is like on the side of the player, it sometimes does not do 70, it like usually goes around 50, which, you know, is still a lot of damage because if you hit two of these, it's definitely going to actually take out the opponent anyway. It's the same case when you do the jump and shoot. If you hit it head on like this, the more likelihood of you hitting 70 is just way more likely. So I don't know. It's really interesting in that case. Now, there's a really cool thing about this blaster. You can call it secret tech if you will, but basically you can use the long range firing mode while jumping, but the combination of buttons have to be very quick with this. Basically how to perform this is that you have to press the shoot button before you jump. It's basically like how a roller is, where you flick first and then jump to do a horizontal flick jump, except it's with this blaster. So you could basically do stuff like this, just basically jump and shoot. And the thing you probably noticed too is that the accuracy of the blaster is absolutely perfect, which is so freaking cool. So freaking cool, because if you use things like the range blaster, which have similar range to it, this is just not possible. So basically you have a perfectly accurate blaster when you're jumping and shooting like this, which is just like, wow. I can basically jump, shoot, everything, and it's just consistent, completely perfect every single time. And that's probably one of the coolest quirks that you can have with this blaster in general. Now, I've basically shown you guys the cool stuff about this blaster, but I'm going to tell you guys things you should never do with this blaster, ever, at all. One thing you should never do, and this applies for both modes, is when you are shooting, you don't want to auto fire. Basically, that meaning you shoot and you hold the fire like this. One thing you probably notice right now is just that the intervals between shooting is extremely long. It's like how the sushi machine is. As you can see, this is the same for when you're jumping like this. The intervals between your next shot is extremely long. So the ways you want to speed this up is basically you take one shot, go in ink, take another shot, go in ink. This basically speeds up the process of getting your next blast out, and it allows you to actually be a little bit more mobile too. So you really want to try avoiding auto fire. Like, you honestly could do this, where you press one shot and do this. And this is already faster than just auto firing. So when you are playing with this blaster, every time you take a shot, just make sure that you go in the ink or let go of the shoot button, just so that your next shot should be fast enough to come out, basically. Now, it should be pretty self-explanatory for when you use the long range mode and when you use the short range mode. Of course, long range modes when things are further away than you and at longer range, and short range modes, jumping and shooting, when things are much closer to you. So you can basically split the two together. It's pretty interesting because this reminds me like I'm using like a ballpoint splatling, where I have control of using long range and short range at the same time. So I find that about this blaster really cool. The one thing I will mention when using this blaster though is that when it comes to the long range shooting, like when you're doing jumping and shooting like this, the thing you have to realize is that it's not like a rapid blaster projectile or a regular blaster projectile. The thing is just that the projectile that you shoot at long range is very, very small. So the thing is that of course you will have perfect accuracy with this weapon. However, you need to be very, very accurate. Your projectile going towards the target really needs to be close up to actually hit them, because you're probably gonna notice this a lot in game, and like there are gonna be moments where it's just like, man, I was just a little bit off when shooting just like a partial shot on my target and I still missed. That's the thing you gotta realize, that you really need to be really accurate with this thing, just to be able to get those directs off, and just to even get those partials off too. But if you can actually master the technique, master being able to, you know, compensate for not auto-firing, and just master just being able to hit those directs and partial shots at the same time, you know, I think you'll do really well with this weapon. And it's interesting. I think like this blaster has probably like a higher skill cap compared to other blasters in this game. So of course not a lot of people are happy with the kit that it has. It has sprinkler and resider, and it is what it is. But the thing is, I can kind of see why they gave it this kit. It's just that you have so many things that you can do already with just the main weapon itself, and the sprinkler just helps you actually get your resider in the first place. And the resider for the weapon, I don't even think is like a super horrible thing too. So, you know, I think this weapon is pretty cool. I wonder how you guys are thinking about it. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll show you guys some more sick stuff that I've done with this blaster too right after this. So pretty much that's all I gotta say. I might be streaming right now on Twitch, so go ahead, follow my Twitch or my Discord in the description below to be notified for it, and also subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, and like the video too. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some other cool stuff that I've also done with this blaster so far, and some extra thoughts with it. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy that. Yo, everyone's using just the new weapons, dude. As it should. Fair enough, dude. Respect to everyone in this lobby. I love that. It's hard to really play this weapon when everyone else is playing this weapon, man. Fine, though. Oh, I got directs. Oh, we're linking the both directs up. Let me put the sprinkler down more. Where's my sprinkler buff, dude? What's this? Cool. Bam. Bam, we're killing. It works. Cool. One more. Cool. Cool. Very, very cool, dude. Very cool. You gotta really be accurate with it, though. Cool. I feel like paintbrush is probably gonna vary. It'll vary, for sure. Okay.
This map is the cousin of Erewhon and more.
Yeah, it is, honestly. What is that? Oh. That's so satisfying, dude. Oh. We're so screwed, man. That was sick. Oh, that's a heavy. Bye. That's a Kraken too. Okay. Nice. Alright, literally they all died. That was a shot. You have to be so friggin' accurate, even just for partial, dude. Even just for a partial shot, you have to be so accurate for it. Nice, that works. Nice. That's so messed up, dude. This game is so vibrant after playing so much Zelda. It really is, honestly, dude.